Okay guys, we got this little motor here. This is just standing here holding the cord. The cord has quite a short in it. But it's got a nice little platform. It is 1/20th of a horsepower, 115 volt, one phase, 1725 RPMs. I'm open for suggestions on some kind of build using this motor. So there's a couple oilers there. Let's see. It had quite a mechanism attached to it at one time. It was a Central Scientific Company product, a division of Simco Instruments. And where's the label that said what it was? No, it's Central State University. It's the property, the owner, prior to the auction. And I'm not sure if I still have everything that was connected to it. Oh dear. Well, I apparently got rid of everything that it used to do. So if anybody has any ideas on a project, I can, I don't know if it goes fast enough for a, for like a 1-inch or 2-inch belt sander, grinder. Let me know what you guys think. Got the lathe going again. I destroyed the switch attempting to install it. One of the spade connectors on the back terminal, it took a spade connector and a jumper wire, and I got that terminal a little too hot and it dislodged itself from the plastic housing. So this is just a dummy. But the new potentiometer is in, and you know, working as advertised. A little follow up on the wheel. It's doing well. Of course, I have nothing to use it with. It kind of falls under this category of things that don't do anything. We have an eccentric, copper eccentric on a bearing on a pulley. And both these things are just just practicing my lathe skills. Okay, I have some criteria set for my next lathe. And my next lathe must be able to turn this piece of brass. This piece of brass is 11 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I want to be able to turn that. Now, I actually probably could turn it on this machine if I had the bed extension, but I don't. My next lathe will. Here's something that was always around the house when I was a young boy, and I always took it for granted. It was just, it was just Dad's funnel. And kind of a nice piece, I think. Yeah, a copper funnel. When I put that on my head, I feel like Tom Terrific. Does anybody remember Tom Terrific's dog? What was his name? Okay. Manfred the Wonder Dog. Another thing that I always took for granted that was at my dad's house is this Dual trans check. And I've never had the power cord for it, yet it still holds a little, juice. It's got a 12-volt battery in it. I have a 12-volt charger here. I need to get that hooked up. Also, here's the other end of it. There's a little electronic indicator, nice stand, some adjustments, and the surface plate. I'm assuming it's cast iron. There's some striations in the metal. And the edge there. So I've always been kind of fascinated by those striations and how that was achieved. And I wonder if it's related at all to the lines here on the side. I'm not sure if you're seeing that or not, if it's coming through. And then there's a nice big parallel with my father's initials. Stephen Francis Zelik. And he is $41.40. And looks like it was TR. So it's kind of memorabilia from my father. Okay, this is one of the last things I found on the dock apron while I was working. They're all steel. They are not magnetic. And that one is. Okay, there's one. Okay, it seems that the 5-holers are magnetic. Let's try this. Yeah. Okay, just a curiosity. We'll find a use for those one day. Okay, here's a curiosity. These holes go in as deep as this. Wait for it. Okay. Doesn't say anything on it. Never noticed it having that big gap there before. It's closed here. Possibly I have this thing cross-threaded. Couldn't imagine. Something just isn't where it's supposed to be. Okay, that's a nice even gap all the way around. But what in the heck is it? And this is my my clover plant. Cut away the dead. This one's dying. Some nice flowers. I'm not sure if the color is coming in. This not. This is just a very gentle violet, and there are striations in the leaves. And there's a couple onions out of my garden. Okay, we have a Dayton bicycle. I would say probably from the 50s. You look at the sprocket. Tell they didn't go all out making lots of teeth for that. I believe everything's original. It's got a little carrier on here. Thought about putting it up on the roof of the store. Got a 4-inch electronic digital caliber from Harbor Freight. I have a magnet here on my carriage. Stick that baby on there. Bring the carriage down, engage that magnet. You can now zero that out and control or measure our travel. So all I did was buy the 4-inch digital caliber, and I ground off all the pointy parts and mix for a nice indicator of the carriage travel. Okay, here's an item made in Japan. Where does it actually say that at? Why do I think this is made in Japan? Well, I say it was good with, here it is right there. Japan patented. What is it? What is it? Is it a hole punch? Okay, we have 2 sheets of paper. So what it has done is joined these 2 pieces of paper by first punching this shape through, making a slit, and then tucking the piece through the slit. Let's see if we can see it working. Try it one more time. And once more. And those papers will never come apart again. Wireless stapler. Electronic pencil, model 21 by Win, 12 watts, 60 hertz. It's a fireproof shop vac. It's got a steel lined hose and a steel collection basin. A couple serialized printing blocks, lemon meringue pie and pumpkin pie. Randy Richards, eat your heart out. Brass, aluminum, steel, and copper. hours and hours. "15 shells, 7 in each tube, 1 in the chamber. The shells eject out the bottom of the stock, so left-handed shooters are not inundated with discharging shells in their face. It's a Caltech KSG. And last but not least, something from the 80s, a mint condition Zune video music storage device. I think this was made by Windows. It's a Windows device. And does it have any battery in it? Okay, now this is truly my version of odds and ends video. So maybe you saw something you've never seen before and maybe became intrigued. If so, please hit the like button. See you guys. I'm gonna go put on some pants.